Get ready to sprinkle some magic into your day, because today we're rediving into a heartwarming adventure that proves even the smallest among us can make the biggest difference. That's exactly where our hero, Niko, lives. Niko isn't your average squirrel. He's bright yellow, has a super fluffy blue tail that sparkles when he's excited, and he lives way up high on a tiny floating island called Skyberry Hill. How cool is that? This place is pure magic, where you can shape clouds into anything you dream of, and the sky is always your limit. Niko is curious, he's fearless, and oh boy, is he always ready for an adventure. He even carries a tiny satchel packed with cloud seeds. These aren't just any seeds, they're magical puffs that can grow into bridges, wings, or even the coziest beds. And who's his best friend? A super cool talking dandelion named Puffin, who can fly and sprinkles glowing pollen to light up their way in the dark. Talk about a dream team. One sunny morning, Niko woke up to something totally unexpected and honestly, a little scary. His whole island was shaking. Below them, the clouds were dark, rumbling, and stormy. It felt like something huge was pulling Skyberry Hill down toward the ground. The little bluebirds were panicking, zipping around frantically, and even the beautiful rainbow rivers that usually flowed peacefully had stopped completely. "Puffin, the island's falling," Niko shouted, his voice filled with worry. Puffin, usually so calm, twirled nervously in the air. "We have to find the sky anchor," Puffin exclaimed. "It's the special gem that keeps our island floating. It must have come loose." There was no time to waste, not a single second. Niko, with his heart pounding but his spirit brave, grabbed his trusty satchel. He had to think fast. He and Puffin sprang into action, leaping across drifting clouds, jumping from one fluffy platform to another, the air buzzing with urgency. They reached the very edge of Skyberry Hill, and what they saw there made their jaws drop. There was a massive hole right through the island, and inside it a dark, swirling storm spinning like a miniature tornado. It looked incredibly powerful, almost alive. Suddenly, a deep, booming voice echoed from within the storm, vibrating through the very air around them. "I am Tempra, the Stormkeeper," the voice boomed. "I've waited centuries for this island to fall back to the earth where it belongs." It was clear Tempra was not happy, and he meant business. But Niko, despite his small size, stood his ground. "But Skyberry Hill is home," Niko cried out, his voice unwavering. "You can't just take it. This is where we belong." Tempra's winds roared in response, blasting at Niko and Puffin, but Niko didn't back down, not an inch. He knew what he had to do. With a burst of courage, he reached into his satchel and pulled out his cloud seeds. Taking a deep breath, he tossed them directly into the swirling chaos of the storm. And just like magic, each seed instantly grew into glowing bridges of light, stretching out and weaving through the tempest. These light bridges actually started to steady the island, making it wobble less. Then, using Puffin's incredible glowing pollen, Niko created a magnificent spiral of golden air that reached right into the very heart of the storm. And there, amidst the remaining swirling darkness, Niko saw it. The sky anchor. It was cracked, but still shining faintly, holding on with all its might. Niko didn't hesitate. He flew towards it, wrapping his little arms around it, holding it tight. "Hold on," he whispered softly, his voice full of reassurance. "You're not done shining yet." With every ounce of his strength, and channeling the special magic from his sparkling blue tail, he focused, he pushed, he wished, he believed, and slowly, magically, he fused the cracked pieces of the sky anchor back together. The moment the sky anchor was whole again, something incredible happened. The storm didn't just calm, it vanished instantly. The dark clouds transformed, glowing warm pink, bathing Skyberry Hill in a gentle, beautiful light. And slowly, majestically, the island began to rise, lifting back into its rightful place high in the sky. Tempra's booming voice returned, but this time it was softer, filled with a touch of wonder. "You protected your home," Tempra murmured. "Perhaps I forgot what peace felt like." The last whispers of the storm faded away completely, leaving behind only soft, shimmering rainbows across the sky. Niko looked at Puffin, a huge grin spreading across his face. "Looks like the sky's a little brighter again," he said, and Puffin chirped happily in agreement. "Remember, you might feel small sometimes, but your spirit, your bravery and your kindness can absolutely hold up a world." If you loved this story as much as I did, hit that like button, share it with your friends, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next adventure.